Hey guys, I'm Ronaldo and welcome to my latest video. So today we're going to go over a video that I'm titling My Ideal World. I'm essentially just going to talk through what I would want in my ideal world and how I would want it to run. Now, just a brief background about my beliefs about politics and that sort of thing. I've become very pro anarchism, and if you're not sure what that is, basically a lot of people just think anarchism is like chaos and everyone does what they want and there's no rules, but actually it literally translates as no rulers as opposed to no rules. So it's basically saying that no people have more power than other people, everyone should have equal amounts of power and blah blah blah. But just want to clarify that I'm no expert on this. I'm quite new to it, to be fair. I mean, I've only been into this sort of thing for a couple of months now, and I'm learning more. I'm talking to people that are anarchists and have been so for a lot longer than I have, and I'm just learning off them, and I'm just trying to understand the concept better. I mean, one day my ideas might change. Maybe I'll start supporting something else, but for now, that's what I am. Now, the first aspect of my ideal world that I think should be in place is how the government should run. Now, basically, for all intents and purposes, there shouldn't be one. But what there should be is everyone should have within your local community. You're still going to have your local community if you live in a town or a village or something like that. Then what happens inside that village is essentially down to those people. Everyone in the village gets to say on what is affecting them. So say I don't know, in a part of the world, let's say in Australia, a part of Australia, there might be a community that suffers from droughts and that sort of thing. So for that settlement, there should be, the main issue should be what the problems are. So say there, obviously they experience droughts, they need to use the money that they have, and well, not necessarily the money, but I'm going to come down to that later, but the resources that they have to focus on solving that particular problem, because it's in the interests of those people. Now, I'm not saying that the law should be different in each place. There should be a worldwide law, just a worldwide set of laws. Obviously you can't steal, you're not allowed to murder people, you're not allowed to, I don't know, let's say keep people as slaves, that sort of thing. Just general laws that are just basically right. And basically the government should essentially be not a big state like we have now. There's no monarchy, no politicians, no sort of prime minister or any president or that sort of thing. It should just be everyone gets to vote on what they sort of want in it. So there would be a sort of a council, but everyone's part of the council. Everyone has decisions, and no one can say what I say goes and your idea, we're not having that because I say so. None of that, unequal amounts of power. The next aspect of my ideal world I'd like to want is crime. Now, under an anarchist kind of society, there will pretty much be barely any crime because everyone's going to be happier. Well, in theory, it's going to be happier, and they're going to get the things that they want, they're going to do the things that they want to do, they're going to have the jobs that they want, they're going to hope. Obviously the world will never be perfect, so people aren't always going to get what they want, so there may still be some crime, people that go against things. Obviously you've got individual people's psychologies and that sort of thing, but basically the way I think crime should be dealt with in this anarchist system, and I think I've read this in quite a few anarchist sort of blogs and web pages and that sort of thing, that anyone that commits a serious crime, not a bad crime, say obviously stealing is still a bad crime, but if someone goes to steal something, if it's their first time stealing and they just did, I don't know, I don't know, let's just say they made a mistake and they couldn't control themselves stealing something for the first time, they should get a second chance. Everyone should have a second chance that does things that aren't that serious. But crimes like murder and rape and serious crimes like that, the people should just be exiled from the community and just have to I don't know, move on, or they could maybe they would just have prisons like we have now. I mean, that's kind of it's a kind of a system of exile, but I don't know, prison just seems a bit like they should be trying to rehabilitate people and give people second chances, but obviously not just let them get away with stuff, because obviously they do need to be punished if they have done a crime. Just briefly, I'm going to touch on this aspect of something that would be in the ideal world if we had this kind of anarchist system, would be to do with war. Basically, there would be no wars because there'd be no capitalism, so there'd be no countries trying to invade other countries to try and gain something, or someone within a country trying to gain something out of the country with their specific group, if that makes sense. Like, there'd just be no war, there wouldn't be any. Now, down to healthcare. Now, I think I had a good idea in theory. Like, I was thinking about it in theory. Like, it would be quite hard to enforce and quite hard to start. But if it was possible, could possibly be the greatest development in human history. But I mean, it's probably not going to happen. But in my ideal world, there would be a worldwide NHS. So no matter where you live, you would be entitled to free healthcare as long as you pay taxes. And I'm going to talk more about money when I get into the front, but that's probably going to be my final point about the money system, because it's probably the most complex out of all of this. Down to research now. I didn't initially think of this when I was going to do this video, but then it popped into my head, like, what should be the focus of humanity? What should we be trying to do other than just survive and keep everyone happy? The research, medical research, to get better treatments and better drugs to help people that suffer from illnesses, because in the future, who knows what kind of illnesses there'll be. There could be super viruses and stuff like that, and there could be like a massive epidemic or something that would, similar to the Ebola virus. I mean, new diseases are cropping up all over the place, so that's also something that would need to be looked into. Something that I have a passion for, even though I'm not an astronaut or anything, space flight. I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, Star Trek fan, just any science fiction thing really I'm a fan of. I think we should focus more on trying to discover if there is actually life on other planets, and travelling to other planets and focusing on that a lot, because I understand it's not the most important thing, but I think it should be focused on a little bit more. I think we have great potential. I mean, if you look at human history, we've created so many things: telephone, the internet, cars, you know, like the engine and things like that. Planes. I mean, planes, if you think about it, it's just a big bucket with wings flying through the sky. Like, that's incredible. Like, if we could apply our knowledge of that sort of thing to just that, rather than trying to make money all the time, well, the sky's the limit, really. And I mean, it's not, because if you can do that, you pass the sky. But you know what I mean. And the final aspect of research that would probably be a thing that could be, you know, implemented would be just to research improved technology. I mean, we do this anyway, but it's more for the purpose of making a profit. So obviously you've got development in mobile phones, smartphones, the internet, computing, games consoles, television, movies. Just, we have come so far in terms of technology in the past sort of like 20-30 years, and it's just going to keep getting better, and I think we do need to keep doing that, because it can make life even better for people. Because that's ultimately, I think that the meaning of life, I'm not going to get into a massive philosophical debate about it, but basically, to me, I think the meaning of life should be to have a safe life, to have a happy life, and to accomplish the best that you can towards your dreams. I mean, obviously, most people have dreams that they want to accomplish. Many people never get to them. Some people will get to them, you know. There's some dreams that no one ever gets to, like, you know, say you want to bang a celebrity, chances are you probably never will bang that specific celebrity. So, you know, so another aspect of my ideal world that I would like to be, well, to exist, is no countries, no borders. Everyone can move where they want, live where they want, and I think it'd be a lot happier, because a lot of people are creating a lot of fuss about immigration. You know, obviously it was a big thing to do with the last general election, which took place, well, this week, and it's been, the build-up's been going on for about a year, but I think it would stop a lot of the problems to do that, because if people could move anywhere they want, they wouldn't be overcrowding in one specific place, because some people might think, oh, I'd love to live in Egypt, or I'd love to live in America, or I'd love to live in, if you don't live in Britain, I'd love to live in Britain. You could come over. Like, I'm not saying get rid of the names of places, because that would be dumb. Like, if you didn't have names of like areas, like, I mean countries, like, I think there should still be actual country names, like the actual places. Like Italy would be Italy, Spain would be Spain, Japan would be Japan. But I just don't think that it should be like a strict thing where if you're not from that country you have to have like a passport to get in there. It should just be, you can move wherever you want, you can go where you want, because it would just promote a lot more freedom for people, and people would be able to choose their own lives. And I think that countries do put a big barrier between people. I mean, when you grow up in your country, you're told that your country is the best and all other countries aren't really that good as your own country, which is partly why I describe it like patriotism, but I can understand why it's a thing. But in my world, there wouldn't be any countries. And now the final thing that I'll talk about, I'll try and keep this short and sweet because it is quite complicated. I'm not entirely sure I understand all of it myself, but I think that anarchists, they want to get rid of capitalism, I know that, which is basically the need to make profit. And I think that in my world, well, this ideal world that I'd like to create, if it would be possible, I'd like to exist, working would still exist, but wages would depend on the importance of your job. So say if you're a football player, you shouldn't get paid more than a doctor or a farmer or someone that creates the resources and helps people and creates food. Like, if you're in a factory that creates, I don't know, makes bread or something, you should get paid quite a lot because you're helping provide for the world, and that money that you would get would be able to go to luxury items such as, like, I don't know, phones, bigger furniture, nicer clothes, that sort of thing. But I think that all necessary items should be provided for everyone, so everyone should have enough food, it should be given out, everyone should have the bare minimum food that you need to survive, the bare minimum water, you should have a house or somewhere to live, a roof over your head, like heating, electricity, that sort of thing. That should all be provided by the world, I guess, well, by the governing sort of bodies, because I said that each community would kind of have a little, like, sort out their own issues sort of thing, and that the community should work together to provide everything for everyone to make sure no one's left out. And that would get rid of, well, it would stop world hunger, stop world thirst, stop homelessness, that sort of thing, and it would stop a lot of problems with the world, really, because essentially crime only happens because people want to make money. Well, not always, obviously, like murder, that's not always to do with money, that's just someone might be a bit of a psycho and kill someone, but basically all these items should be provided because it would make the world a lot of a better place, and then you can still do your job. And if you want to be a doctor, you can go to university, study, become a doctor. You get paid, and you can use that money to buy extra things for yourself and your family and your friends if you want to buy them birthday presents, that sort of thing. Then you should be free to do that from the money that you earn depending on your job. So a football player whose job isn't as important as a doctor shouldn't get paid more than a doctor, if that makes sense. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much wraps up this video. It's been a bit longer than I thought it was going to take. I think it's going to be about 12-13 minutes now. I wanted to get it under 10, but I've come to the end of it now, so I'm just going to wrap up quickly. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you enjoy my content in general, leave a comment down below with what you think about my ideal world and maybe what you'd have in your ideal world and what sort of system you would implement. Would it be anarchism, would it be capitalism, socialism, any of those? Let me know, and I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.